Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Marshall down here at Marshall Unemployed. And this morning, it's very chilly out. Not cold, but chilly. Getting hungry, got a lot of stuff to do. So what we're going to do today is make ramen that doesn't taste like poverty. Now I know you're thinking it's morning. This is breakfast time. Yes, but don't ever let anybody trick you. Breakfast is a meal, not a set of ingredients. It doesn't have to be eggs and bacon and pancakes, as much as I love those things. I'm in a hurry, so all we're going to do is make some ramen. But we want ramen that doesn't taste like poverty. We all remember if you add hot sauce to ramen, it tastes exactly like poverty. Yes, but in this case, we're not doing that because we're special. So what we've got here is our ingredients. We've got onion, pepper, carrot, tomato, and some leftover ground beef. And of course, ramen. So let's get started. First thing you're going to want to do is have a pan, of course, because you're going to be making ramen. So we've got our standard little pan here, nothing special. We're going to kick this puppy up on high, and then we're just going to add the peppers and onions. Now, we're just going to scoop this up, drop it in the pan. Whoop, missed a little. Now you're going to want to add these in the proper order. That's very important. What we're doing is caramelizing. Okay, now caramelization, some people think you have to throw in a bunch of oil and then you add these ingredients and brown them. No, 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 no. No. What we're doing here is that no oil, no water, nothing, 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 I tell you. We're just going to let that brown up. It's going to extract a lot of the flavor. Then we're going to start adding other ingredients. It's very important the order. We want the peppers and onions in first so they can caramelize. The rest of this stuff, you can see we have the carrots. I don't want my carrots to be mushy. No mushy carrots. We want them cooked and hot, but not mushy. So the tomatoes, obviously, are not going to take very long. They're basically just going to heat up and add some flavor. The beef is already cooked. It only needs to heat up. So you can see, and I think you might be able to hear that sizzle. That's what you're looking for. You want that sizzle, sizzlation. Woo! And you try not to throw it all over the floor like I just did. Just toss it around a little bit. You can already see probably, hopefully, we're getting some brown on there. Remember to clean as you go. All right, now the peppers and onions coming along nicely. What I like to do, take your seasoning packet, you open it up without slopping it everywhere. That's always useful. You're just going to sprinkle it in there. Get it all. Remember, we're unemployed. We don't have money to burn. Ooh, got that nice and smoky. Okay, now remember, don't dump water in there instantaneously. That's going to buckle the bottom of the pan. It's never going to sit flat again, and it's going to suck. So I've given it a few seconds to cool off. Not saying to let it get cold. And we're just going to add a little bit of the water. All right, just a little bit there. We're going to let that seasoning packet do its thing. We're going to get this back on there. Now, the ramen. It's as simple as you think. I just put it in there, and you're saying, wait, there's not enough water. You're right. Very good. Very good. You can put as much as you want, but if you dilute it too much, you're going to lose a lot of the flavor. So at this point, it's going to be boiling in a few seconds. You can already see it working. Now, We throw in our carrots. You see we got our carrots in there. Get them worked in there nice and good. So they're going to cook up just a little bit. Like I said, we don't want them turning to mush. We just want them to be not raw. All right, we can see it's boiling wildly, so we don't overflow it. We're just going to pull it to the side for a second. I'm scooping up the tomatoes, chucking them in there, scooping up the beef. Just the noodles are already starting to cook up. Now remember that beef only needed to heat up, okay? It didn't need cooked. It's fully cooked. We're going to slide it back on the heat. And there we go. Now, while we're waiting for that to cook up, what do? We grab a dish towel. Clean a little bit of this up. Okay. As you can see, rapidly boiling. Rapid boil. Rapidly. You can test your noodles however you like. The ramen. Now remember, unless you like the mushy noodle, you're going to want to watch how far you cook them. For me, I like it to have a little bit of bite to it. All right. I'm going to pull that off here. Now, I like mine straight out of the pan because I don't want to do extra dishes, so I'm going to skip a bowl. And there it is. Ramen that doesn't taste altogether like poverty. See you next time.